I see sous chef Patrice is now chopping some carrots and celery. Some fennel on that board too. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine. We should just call him Patrice-o-matic.
Hello everyone, cooking rice, very simple. I'm going to give you a very simple technique about cooking rice. All right, so few ingredients that we need. You need about 10 to 12 minutes and you have beautiful rice, fluffy, not overcooked, perfectly cooked. All right, first let's go over the ingredients. We're going to need some butter, we're going to need some onion, we're going to need some rice. I'm using Uncle Ben's rice, something that you can find at any supermarket. I'm also using fresh thyme, bay leaves, chicken stock, and some salt. All right, pretty simple. Eh? I'm going to start by cutting the onions, and I want to cut the onions. I want to cut it very fine. Half an onion will be plenty for this. I would say about 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions. There we go. So you want to make sure the onions is chopped fine enough, then it doesn't look bigger than the rice. All right, so let me go ahead and chop it up a little bit more in here. All right, very good. I'm going to preheat the pan. Now I'm going to use very low heat on the pan in here since I'm using all butter, and I do not want to burn the butter. So a little bit of butter, about a half tablespoon or so. You let the butter melt a little bit, and of course we're going to add the onions. Now we're going to shred the onions a little bit. No coloration. I'm actually going to turn the heat down a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at that. So I'm going to shred the onions until they are translucent. There we go. Again, no coloration. Now the ratio on the rice versus the chicken stock is going to be 1 cup of rice for 1.5 cup of chicken stock. The important thing is 1 to 1.5 ratio on the liquid. All right, very good. So we can see in here my onions being translucent, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and add the rice. Perfect. I need to add also then, do not wash the rice. This is pre-treated rice. It doesn't need to be washed, okay? Of course, different rice, different recipe. Today we're working only with basic rice, Uncle Ben's, the one you find in the supermarket. And that would be the ratio between the moisture and the rice. If you're using a different kind of rice, the ratio is going to change. That'll be a different video. But for right now, we're going to be working with this one. All right, very good. You can see that each grain of rice absorbs a little bit of fat, and that's the idea here. All right, very good. All right, now what I'm going to do is add the aromatics. I have a little bit of fresh thyme and bay leaf. Of course, you can take the fresh thyme and the bay leaves and tie it together, but I don't mind having it in there. I'm just going to remove it before serving. All right, very good. Now, don't forget a little bit of salt. Very good. And I'm going to use some chicken stock in mine, and I have 1.5 cup of chicken stock in there. Now you can substitute the chicken stock by water if you like, or vegetable stock in case you want to keep this strictly vegetarian. All right, I'm going to remove all the pieces of onions and rice which are on the side of the pot right there to make sure everything cooks nice. And the thing I need to do here, my oven is set up at about 350 degrees. We're going to place that in the oven as soon as it comes to a boil. But I do need to cover the rice, and I'm going to cover that with parchment paper. Now the reason why I'm using a parchment paper is actually very important, because it's just going to leave some of the moisture evaporating in the oven, just enough to cook my rice down. So here a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to fold it by half again, and then fold it again. Make sure you keep your eye on the center of the paper. I'm going to fold it one more time in here, and I'm going to measure the radius in the pot, just like that. And with a pair of scissors, right here, I'm going to cut exactly what I need. And if I open that and I did it perfect, I should have a perfect circle in here. And so there we go. We're going to place this over the rice. Beautiful. It fits perfectly like a glove. All right. I'm gonna take this rice and put it in the not in the microwave, I'm sorry, in the regular oven. It's already set up at 350 degrees for me. All right, there you go. My oven is preheating at 350 degrees. I'm gonna leave it there and cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm actually going to cook it until the liquid is completely gone. All right, I'll show you that when it's ready. All right, I think the rice is should be ready now. It's been about 10 minutes, okay? Let's check it out. All right, look at this. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's remove the pepper here and then check it out. I can see no more liquid, so I think that's rice. Look at that, it's perfect. Let's go back to the table. Beautiful, guys. Look at that. Very nice. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the thyme and the bay leaf in here. I got one more piece of thyme right here. All right, beautiful. And what you want to do is move the rice a little bit like that to get some of the steam out. Make sure that every grain of rice is separated completely like that. Look at that. This is beautiful here. So let me go ahead and show you. You can make the rice perfect every time that way. All right, and that's it. Perfectly cooked, 10 to 12 minutes at about 250 degrees oven. Perfect right every time. All right, I see you later.
They got some pretty good culinary noggins to put Patrice on that. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine.